bit of a different one. I want to show you, a lot of you have been getting bullfrogs, and I want to show you how you make yours into this. How you turn your bullfrog into a tame one, like Seymour. And how did I achieve that? So we can't go back in time and make Seymour small to teach everyone how we went about making Seymour this tame. But what we can do is the next best thing, Seymour. We can click our fingers and boop, and do that. What do you think of that, Seymour? For the miracle of editing, you've just turned tiny. Tiny Seymour. Baby meet me. Yeah. Big meet me. Baby meet me. I'd like to take you on a little trip back in time. This is indeed a tiny little bullfrog. Now I've had this little bullfrog for about a week. Getting it acclimatized to the house and to the noise and to the action. I've been feeding the bullfrog regular and touching the bullfrog, not picking the bullfrog up as much, not being forceful with the bullfrog, letting the little frog decide that it likes it. The little frog's been eating very well. Very pleased with my little bullfrog. So just getting the bullfrog used to hands, being around, that's the important thing, that you get it used to fingers moving like this, because you don't want it to see your fingers wiggling around like this as food. Now I've been doing this since day one of having the frog. I don't, like I said, I don't pick the frog up as little as I can. I let the frog do the walking, but my hands are there. So they're constantly there. And I've started the little action of when I feed. I've called the little bullfrog Mazdamundi. So I've started teaching the little frog that when I feed it, it's accompanied by a noise, and the noise obviously is the kiss. That noise. Obviously make sure your hands are wet before you touch a little bullfrog. You don't want a little bullfrog to get ill. Ooh, beautiful. So little bullfrog lives in this, which is a critter keeper, as you can see. It's got a little water bowl in there, a little bit of hide, and cocoa fibre substrate, which is obviously damp, which I mulch up every day and reset like that, just to make sure it's nice. The water is changed. I change it regular a couple of times. So little bullfrog lives in here, and I wanted to teach you guys how to turn little bullfrog into big Seymour bullfrog. It's just patience, that's all it is. And little Maz will become a Seymour in no time. I'm really pleased that you guys have been inspired to get your own bullfrogs and get into the hobby. And now we can go through the little journey together with little Mazdamundi, which I'm kind of hoping that Mazdamundi turns out to be a little Mazadamundi, which would be great if she was female. That would be absolutely fantastic, and then Seymour would have a little friend. Yeah. So let's put a little Mazdamundi back. So we'll change the water for Maz. It's quite simple. It's treated water with Reptisafe. I highly recommend using Reptisafe. It has always been amazing for Seymour. And little Mazdamundi is going to like it too. So a nice little shallow bath and a nice little stroke up the back, just very gently. Just let the bullfrog know that you're touching, and obviously keep talking. Talking is amazing for these little animals, just so you know. I talk to Seymour constantly. I didn't stress him out. Now Seymour lives in my living room. So Seymour is hearing children, family, etc. A lot of activity throughout the day. So constantly being spoken to and hearing little noises throughout the house. I highly recommend. Speaking is an amazing little tool for reptiles and amphibians. 90% of the time he's sat there, he's awake and he's listening. So they take it all in. Yeah, so I just really hope that you guys are enjoying your little bullfrogs as much as we're enjoying little Maz. It's really nice to have a new little bullfrog in the house. It's really exciting. So yeah, can't wait. I think little Maz is a girl, and if that's the case, I'm going to be so pleased that I got a boy and a girl. That would be great. That would be absolutely fantastic. So we've been feeding little Maz on crickets and freshly malted mealworms, because I don't like the dark, strong. Mealworms can be quite strong if you've ever held one in your hands. I don't want that rumbling around in the belly of the frog. So freshly malted light ones are much softer, and the frog loves them. So mealworms, crickets and baby locusts. And when Maz gets a tiny bit bigger, dubia roaches. So just feeding Maz every night basically, just one item, 2 items. Small items obviously, not to overload. Keeping an eye on the poop. Yeah, and keeping that water done with Reptisafe. Now this is what I recommend you treat your water with. This is Reptisafe, and I've been using this since the start with Seymour. So I highly recommend Reptisafe. It's absolutely fantastic stuff, okay? Easy to get everywhere. And that's it. Dusting, obviously very lightly. I'm going to dust one item once a week. I mean, you don't dust every single cricket you give to your frog. Not overloading the dust. I never did it with Seymour, and I'm definitely not going to do it with Maz. But in the wild, they would get the natural sunlight. And that's another thing as well that I want to talk to you about, is natural sunlight. Yeah, giving your frog a little bit of natural sunlight. Now this should be done very carefully, because you don't want to keep your frog in sustained sunlight for any period of time. Keeping your frog in sustained sunlight would be bad for the frog, and obviously not a good thing to do. So light sun is great. See, little Maz is enjoying this, look. You can see that. Not trying to get away. Not trying to bite. See, turning away from the finger already. Knows that the finger isn't dinner. You've just got to take your time with these animals and respect them, and that's it. That's my best advice. Go at the frog's pace. I know it's exciting, and you want to grab it, you want to hold it, you want to give it a boop, you want to give it a nice big kiss, and I understand all those feelings, but just take your time. That's my best advice. Take your time. Go at the speed of the frog. Your frog will let you know. And that's all you got to do, isn't it, little Mazza? Yes. Yes. Little darling you are. Right guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. And we'll keep doing regular updates. So if you've got your bullfrog, you can keep me updated in the comments section. That would be absolutely fantastic. And we can have a little back and forth. A little compare maybe. And see whose frog's growing and how quick, and that would be great. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it, little Mazza? Yeah, yes it would. And on that note guys, Ant Trails out.